Hi, I'm Bran, and I love the Chicken Sisters.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I like the Chicken Sisters.
I'm Dan, and I despise the Chicken Sisters, but Chicken of the Week's back, and this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi,
Hey.
everybody. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Jax is
is
back. Tell a
Up, Fran.
chicken. Hi, Jax.
Good.
Welcome back to the program.
I'm so glad to be back. You know, something that's amazing about this show is you guys do such a good job of producing it that I just get to come on and host. The only downside of that is that when I was thinking about the Chicken Sisters, I was like, well, surely Chicken of the Week, they've revamped it. No, that's not. They're not doing. They tried it. We like played it through all the way through. The
you would
season.
think that we'd be done with Chicken of the Week. It was a really good off ramp.
I appreciate you bringing that up because I will say this. It was our goal and our intention to sunset that. But we met with the chickens that be.
We met with the chickens.
And they made us an offer that we could not refuse.
Turns out a lot of positive publicity in the chicken community.
The chicken community,
Yeah,
it really meant a lot to them. And just because, Jax, just because you don't understand it, doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Wow.
That's really beautiful, actually. Fran.
So do you have anything that you want to say to the chickens that are
Well, I
listening?
say that I when I say this to the chickens that are listening is that my contribution to you is not eating you and is letting you live free, peaceful lives.
Free range.
Unless you're in Greenville
range.
for
Yeah,
longer
if
than
you're
a
in
day.
Greenville for longer than a day, then you are here for a chicken finger.
Okay, let's be real.
What happens in the city of Greenville when it comes to Jax's eating habits stays in the city of Greenville, South Carolina.
It goes off the rails. Let's just say that.
Although at
100%.
Bramblefest, you've got Patrick as a buddy. You guys don't really,
Yes.
you guys do a great job together.
It's your accountability buddy.
we sit together. We're accountability buddies, and we were fine this time. But when I was down there for One Calls the Heart,
Yeah,
oh
it
my
was-
goodness,
yeah.
my friend.
Yeah.
You
no.
there, day
Yes.
one, you were like, give me a salad. Day two, you were like, I will take a 12-piece chicken.
Can they double fry the chicken?
Double fry the
tenders?
chicken.
Can they double dip them back in the oil?
Yeah.
And the problem was, not only was I like eating when you guys ate and eating what you were eating, but I don't intermittent fast. So I was also eating when I would normally eat. So it was just what a time to
Jax's
be alive in
people
Greenville.
pleasing caught a bit of a snag there when she just went, just get whatever you get. Just get whatever you want to order. You just get it and I'll eat it.
Yeah, that's
that
it.
was a mistake. That was in retrospect. That was a mistake,
That
right?
was back with Big Dan too. That was back with Big Dan.
Yeah. I've lost a few pounds since
Yeah.
then too. That was when I was really getting a lot of food.
Jax, I was going through some old video
Oh,
files
that's
earlier
Big,
this
Big
week,
Dan.
and I did find Big Dan, but I also found all of the video files of your journey to Greenville to cover When Calls the Heart. And I know everybody, this might be news to you, but we actually recorded
What?
multiple seasons in 1 week.
In 1
of
week.
When Calls the Heart
Before
with
Bramble
Jax.
Fest.
We're coming clean. We're coming clean.
And I forgot that we wore costumes randomly at
Yeah.
some point in that. So it's like days of just normal.
And then
I'm
Costumes.
you're in a chef
you also
outfit, I
were
believe.
in an Airbnb. To save money, we put you in an Airbnb
No, it was
in our neighborhood, right?
Yeah, but it was a lovely
Yeah.
Airbnb. Like it was really, really nice. The fridge was stocked.
Yeah,
I think
well,
Sarah brought over
Yeah,
some
that was
stuff. It
Sarah.
so
but
sweet.
but I remember going in there with Sarah before you got there and going, oh, we're going to use this every time somebody's in. And then our neighborhood promptly outlawed Airbnbs. Like literally.
That would happen.
Yes, the next month or two later, you have to stay for over 30 days or you can't in our neighborhood anymore.
Wait, was that because of something I did?
Yes,
Probably.
they actually would.
Probably.
News
Yeah,
got
yeah.
back to Mayor Knox White, and he's like,
That's right.
we got to get rid of this.
That's right.
Yeah, we did that.
We are talking Chicken Sisters, and I will do this. I know that we all remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
But Jax, you put together a wonderful recap of what happened in season 1. And so I'd love for you to share with the class about what happened in season 1 before diving back into season 2. So take it away, Jax.
Absolutely. So on season 1 of the Chicken Sisters, there was a lot of family drama,
Yep.
trauma. we found out that our matriarch, unfortunately has MS, and that was real sad. She fainted.
I got to
in
be
front of
honest.
the house
I forgot
that
about
she-
the MS. I forgot about the MS.
They mentioned
Is
it
that
again in the
right?
narration.
Yeah. No, that's what when it was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Forgot it was a
Not that
thing.
it's funny. I'm not laughing.
You
at
knew
MS.
about her MS. Then
I
you
knew
forgot
about it, and then I
yes.
forgot about it. Yes.
Then you forgot. She fainted in front of the house that she had set on fire. Our other matriarch has fallen in love with the preacher played by Matthew James Dowden, and he's real hot. And the two sisters, one is cheating with a hot guy that she works with,
Sergio.
and Sergio, and her husband is trash.
Frank
The
Jr.
other one is now engaged to her hubby to be. And that's what you missed on Chicken Sisters.
Very good.
Until
Dan-
hubby to be, that accent was more convincing than many on the show.
Dan,
Hubby to be, you went out and you know you did. And hubby to be, you left it. You left it. You just left it. You got a little early.
Hubby to
Until then, this is quality Southern accent.
very good Southern accent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hate the word hubby, and I was judging myself when I
Sure.
was in it, so
Yes.
it left me.
Yeah. That's
Dan,
fair.
for $1 million, could you have told me what hubby to be's name was?
Jaron.
Could you tell me now?
No.
Even though we've watched 2 episodes of this season. Sorry, 1 episode of this season.
No, if it's not Frank Jr.,
Right.
I have a hard time remembering any of the dudes' names in the show. And that's not because Frank Jr. is awesome, but
Yeah.
it's because he's memorable.
Jay is his name.
Yeah.
Jay. I said
Jay.
Jaron.
Yeah, you were close.
You were
First one.
close.
He went to Jaron.
He went to Jaren. All right, let's dive in. Chicken Sisters, season 2, episode 1. It's called.
Chicken fried.
Okay, Jax.
Steel Magnolias.
Okay. All right. Good
Ooh.
answer. Good answer. Good answer.
It is The Train Has Left the Station.
Y'all.
August 10th, 2025, and it went a little something like this. We're back, everybody, and we are 1 day away from the premiere of Kitchen Clash, the show that season 1 revolved around
That's
the
right.
filming of. And everybody in town is very excited. Nancy is caring for Gus, her MS, despite the fact that Gus doesn't like being fussed over and whatnot. Nancy's also suspecting that her boyfriend, Preacher Boy, is going to propose to her because he says that he has a question to ask. Gus likes this idea because that would mean that Nancy would leave her alone. Amanda brings Sergio coffee just as friends. They're totally normal, non-romantic friends.
That's over.
Yes, that's over. Jay, remember Jay?
I remember Jay and Jaron.
May's fiance. They're talking about the wedding, and he asks about May's father, and she wonders about her father, doesn't know who it is. Maybe it's Farmer Jarvis. Shauna, which we didn't get a lot of last season, but what we got, we loved. Shauna encourages Amanda to date again, but Amanda isn't sure about that, especially since Frank Jr. has not signed the divorce papers yet. Everybody is nervous about the show, and so is May. But May is tries to talk it up and is like, it's a win for us because everybody's going to come to our restaurant and all that good stuff. Amanda knows that May is just BSing them out of her own nerves, but what can you do? Over at Mr. Chicken, Frank Jr. is clearly in over his head when it comes to the paperwork, something that Amanda always did with everything. He needs Amanda's help with this. Farmer Jarvis stops by, thank goodness, at the restaurant, and May goes to ask some questions that might help her figure out if he could be her father. They both like green beans. That makes this clear as crystal. May visits Gus again and asks about her dad. Gus isn't having it, but insists that it is not Jarvis. Frank Jr. shows up at Amanda's house asking to join the party for the premiere gathering. She says maybe, but you're going to have to sign the divorce papers first. He says okay, but then proceeds to forget the divorce papers the very next day. Alone, Gus pulls out May's baby box filled with keepsakes and photos and whatnots, including one of May's father. She makes a call to someone. Who could it be? It's premiere day, y'all. Sabrina shows up and at Amanda's door looking for her daughter who showed up a couple days ago. Sabrina agrees that she's going to stay in town at least through the wedding because she's got nothing else going on. As everybody begins to gather at the Chicken Sisters for the big night, Sabrina drops a bomb when talking to May that the network may be using some hidden camera footage for the show. Hidden cameras that were hidden, and so they didn't know about it unless they read the fine prints. The premiere kicks off and immediately jumps into the hidden camera footage that shows Amanda and Sergio kissing, which is very shocking to Frank Jr., which causes him to throw something at the TV and causes Frankie to storm out. And that, my friends, was the Chicken Sisters, the
Season 2, Episode 1,
The Trains Left the Station, y'all.
We did it.
We did it. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break this episode down here on Deck the Hallmark. We're back. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're talking about the Chicken Sisters, Season 2. It's back. It's on the Hallmark Channel now. Say goodbye to Hallmark Plus. They've
given up on it, according to Brand.
On the big show now. They've
Yes.
given up on Hallmark Plus. Let's break this episode down. I'll start with you, Jax. Jax, please share for the people your hot take, your thoughts on this episode. What'd you think?
Look, I had so much fun with this one. I was obsessed with Shauna Season 1, even though we didn't get enough. And now we're getting a little bit more.
Yep.
And it is delicious. Like, I absolutely adore this woman. I'm enjoying this new dynamic of, yes, of course, there's conflict, but I like the sisters and our matriarchs of the families all working together like they're one big family. I am very into this season. I'm not sure exactly like how much runway and like what we have to go throughout the rest of the season, but I'm optimistic enough to be excited about where it could lead.
Fair enough.
Wow. It just felt like faint praise.
No. Well, I'm with Jax too,
like
because
such a serious, I still like it.
Going into this season, there was obviously some questions about what now? Right? What now? We've done the show. We did the thing. We all came together. We have one restaurant. What now? And I think that this was a good episode to start the season off because while there is tension kind of beneath the surface there of some things that are still unresolved, the stuff with Amanda and Sergio, the show getting ready to premiere, May planning wedding, and now suddenly thinking about her father for the first time. There's these things that are happening, but it's not as in your face drama as the first season, and I think that's okay. I felt like this episode was a good on-ramp for what we could get into. I wasn't bored this episode, which was a concern of mine going into this episode because of we did the thing, we filmed a show, what's next. I wasn't bored. They've set up some things that I'm definitely intrigued by. There is still a good chance that by the end of this season, I'm like, okay, we did the thing. I don't need a third season. But as of right now, this episode did what I think it was supposed to do, which is to get me, at the very least, intrigued by the rest of this season. So I'm in. I am in on Season 3 of Chicken Sisters. Dano?
I don't know what you guys watched. I as someone that by and large really enjoyed last season, this felt really rudderless to me. I mean, there were times when actors that I love in this show felt like to me, they were trying to figure out what their character was. Like they had forgotten they had done the show before. It felt like we were just throwing darts, looking blindly, just looking for a plot. Rukia Bernard's character, I love Rukia Bernard. I don't know why she's still in this television program. And this is but am I to understand the entire last season was about one episode of television, not a whole season of television? That was a little bit disconcerting, to say the least. Last season had not only some really good, accurate Southern culture stuff, but a really fun plot line of two fried chicken restaurants that are rivals because of, generations of family trauma. And the cool part about them tying that up in a bow is you get to heal the trauma and you get to stop that cycle, and all of these ladies work together. And I think that's amazing. And there's nothing that, like, that's the best possible version of this. It should just be the end of the show, because now that all these ladies are working together, unless you bring in a big bad, like unless you bring in a character that's new in town and they're terrible and trying to split the ladies up, you don't really get to see this amazing, like, feminine energy and girl power moving forward in the way that I would have, I guess, thought we were going to do. Instead, we kind of recycle Frank Jr. still, 10 years old. And we've got the Sergio thing that hasn't died yet. Gus's MS is conveniently under control until we need some drama. Like, nothing here felt as... After that, like, Margot Martindale still works. I want to be very clear. Margot Martindale forever. But after the pilot last year, it's like, man, I can see all the fun we're going to have this year. And aside from the fact that I still really love Genevieve Engelson and Skylar Fisk, and I think that they're doing a good job anchoring the scenes they're in, there's nothing that happened in this episode that gave me, like, the same spark as the pilot, or that felt as though we were going to move forward in a way that goes deeper with these characters and also gives us a new thing to pull for here. And so I was really, really disappointed by a show that I definitely had a lot of fun with. And I'm kind of shocked to hear y'all's takes, in all honesty. I was really disappointed, man. So maybe it's just me. You're okay over there, Jax?
Oh, I mean, I feel... Well, I have a wait what to your wait what, because I think I'm confused.
Okay.
Is it just one episode of television?
The way that they talk about it,
yeah, it's just one episode.
It's one episode of television, which is preposterous.
I guess in a certain way it makes sense, but it also doesn't.
That is the amount of money and time spent in this town to produce 45 minutes of television.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
I mean, it could be like a 3-hour long,
I guess,
thing,
it's
like special.
Still like,
yeah.
I couldn't get over that.
I thought they just saw, like, it was the coming this season.
No, they actually mentioned they are watching the preview. They're watching the coming up.
It is coming up on this episode of Chicken Clash, and then they show all of the juiciest moments.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. That is problematic.
It's not only problematic for the standpoint of how TV's made, but also it kind of lessens the impact of last season.
That is the my problem with the episode is that, like, I felt like we could have, if they made the show kind of,
they could be watching an episode every week.
And that could be driving
kind of fun. I think that's really fun. And then you're like, oh no, like, oh, we find out in the first episode of this that there were hidden cameras, so we're dreading.
That would be great, but that's not what's happening. They're really trying to get that in their rear view in favor of a different plot line, and I to be honest, I don't know what it is.
We'll find out.
I hear that. Like, that makes sense to me now.
Let's get to all the feels. This is where we talk about what in this episode gave us feels of any sorts. And I will start with Jax. Jax, anything stick out to you?
Yeah, I have a lot of feels. I think there's some great zingers and one-liners. A little light public humiliation to do the trick. Like, okay, Shauna, go off for days. I love you. Also, when Skylar Fisk's character, when her daughter's acting all weird, instead of, like, having, like, a line that doesn't make sense or something cheesy, she says this is some sort of TikTok prank, which I thought was very realistic. And the Maya Angelou quote said by the jerk of a guy, I thought was really funny. So that gave me funny feels. And then finally, this Leave the Light On song at the end of the episode, I thought was absolutely stunning.
It's a good song.
A fantastic way to end the episode. Fantastic song.
That was mine, Jax. I thought that the music was really good, and I don't remember if that was an element of the program last year or if that's getting the linear TV budgetary bump, as we call it.
Budget bump. It just rolls off the tongue. Yeah,
it really does. But if we're gonna get a little banger like that in every episode, count me in just for new music alone. I'll use this as my new music playlist. I'll just be like, all right, here it is. Here's the Chicken Sister Song of the Week.
Chicken Sister Song of the Week.
Yeah, Dano.
I it is more than admirable how successful they are at getting us to hate Frank Jr. And I do want that on the record. Like, it's not a passive, he's just casually toxic and bad. It is an active, the actor and the way they have written this character is so perfectly terrible. I literally wrote in my notes, F Frank Jr. Like, I just wrote that down. And that's not a wait what, that's just a feels. And they did not drop the ball there. This guy coming over with laundry and whining about, he doesn't know his social security number. Like, that is peak baby man child energy, and they've nailed it. And this dude does a great job of sorry.
It's okay.
I just got a little choked up talking about toxic masculinity.
That's why I love you, Dan.
They do this thing with Frank Jr. where they make him incredibly clean shaven every day. So this dude wakes up and he shaves with a straight razor every morning, but doesn't know his social security number. And that is absolute, like, just peak. They've nailed it. They've nailed this character. Now, what are they going to do moving forward? Unless we're just going to keep spinning our wheels with the divorce papers, which is what it seems like. I don't know. But I hate this character as much as I love Genevieve Engelson and Skylar Fisk. And so that in and of itself does give this a leg up on a normal Hallmark show.
Let's do this, shall we? Let's take a break.
I love it.
We'll come back. We'll get to the Wait What, the What the Hallmark, the Chicken of the Week here on Deck the Hallmark.
It's late. It's all right.
That's okay.
It's all right.
You were thinking about Chicken of the Week. You're excited. We're back. Hello, everybody. We're talking Chicken Sisters Season 2, Episode 1, the Hallmark Channel program. Let's get to our Wait What's. What in this episode of television made us stop for just a second and go, wait, what? I will start with you, Jax. Jack, anything stick out? Anything, Jax, anything sticks out?
One more? You want to go one more from the top and action?
Jax, did anything stick out to you?
Nothing. This is a perfect episode of television.
Airtight.
No, I have a couple little things. Yeah, the Frank Jr. of it all. I think you're exactly right, Dan. They're nailing it. It is a little gross, though, because I can't imagine how they ever fell in love because we haven't had enough redeeming things to. And even in the flashbacks, he doesn't seem that great. So, okay, yeah. That's
I'm choosing to believe that she was super young, impressionable, and was swept up with the fact that someone had that level of interest in her for the first time and never thought about it.
This is like,
and he likes it, and she likes his mom.
Yeah,
that's right.
It strikes me as like this is small town stuff. Like, unfortunately, that stuff I think happens more often than we'd like to think. Like, oh, someone likes me. Guess this is it.
Yep.
You know.
But I can attest to that fact.
Love you, Alex.
No.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to our guy, Alex.
My high school dalliances. And then the hair down in the
Your
kitchen.
high school what?
Oh, all right.
Dalliances.
All right. Coal miner
that word?
country. Let's not act like they were dalliances.
No, they were chaste. I think dalliance was the wrong word.
Yeah.
I think I misused it.
Yeah.
Hair down in the kitchen. Ew. Put your hair up in a cute pony.
Put your hair
so
up in the
gross.
kitchen. You're frying chicken, for the love of God.
And their hair is so long, and like put it in a cute braid or put it up or even put it half back. I can't with that.
I feel like I remember Amanda having some sort of braid a lot last season.
My mom made my dad take us out of a restaurant when I was a kid because they were frying chicken and one of the people back there wasn't wearing a hairnet. Like, that happened to me in real life.
Good parents.
Yeah, guys, it's not just so hair doesn't get in the food. It's also for your safety. That much hair, if you have any product and it gets near that oil, good luck. You just don't want that. You don't want it.
You don't want it.
It's not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
Anything else,
the
Jax?
jumbo marshmallows were scary. They were too big.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I guess I wasn't frightened enough by them. Where were the jumbo marshmallows?
Wait, was that this episode?
You've watched more than one episode, Jax?
No. Was that last season?
Jumbo marshmallows. I'm not familiar.
Jumbo marshmallows when
somebody in the
Amanda's
chat's going to
daughter's
help us
little
out.
girlfriend comes to town.
With what?
Amanda's daughter's
Yeah,
girlfriend comes. Yeah, the
Yes.
big marshmallows.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, maybe I'm making it up, but
Is that anything else?
no, that was it. That was my final and best contribution
Final
to this
and
podcast.
best.
Final and best.
Final and best.
Listen, I love
Hubby to be.
I love Margot Martindale as much as the next person. There was something about her saying wrangling the MS like a wild stallion that made me go like I don't know. I don't know. Wrangling the MS like a wild stallion.
She tamed that son of a gun.
What a sentence. What a sentence. I got to be honest with you. This fella, Farmer Jarvis, both him and May are partial to the green beans as their favorite side.
Get the F out.
Scram! You're not allowed in our small town.
No.
We don't want you here.
No.
That's something that we put on our plate because we have to.
No, it's also something that has been cooked in bacon fat that you put on your plate to say you have a vegetable.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's no one's
I
favorite
have
side, right?
Never heard. You're not supposed to use always and never. I get it. I've never heard a single Southern person at a fried chicken restaurant say their favorite side is the green beans. Never in my life, in 42 now years living in the South, I've never heard it. Not an outlier, not one of those. I'm not sure about them. No one has ever said it. So there's that.
Jax, as someone who doesn't eat meat, not even her favorite side is
That's
green
right.
beans.
No.
No, absolutely not. It's mac and cheese. It's cornbread.
Mashed
There you go.
potatoes,
corn,
potato
Mashed
salad.
mashed taters.
It's coleslaw.
Yeah.
It's potato salad.
Hey,
It's
Jax, do you
nothing.
want to move your laptop like forward a little bit so that when you lean down and you get excited, it's not just
You're not
your
just
forehead?
going.
Wait a minute.
We
But-
just
like-
see
I
this.
can't see my face.
Okay, so
We're
take your
going to give you some
laptop.
screenshots that are going to be a little
There you
disconcerting.
go, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wait. Guys, I was just filming an audition. I'm wearing a gown and it's a little low cut.
Oh,
so I was
then don't
yeah.
do
Then
whatever
don't
you're
do it.
comfortable with.
Bran is telling you to move the laptop down to your chest area because that's what
I
Bran
know,
does as a
you
human
would
being.
no. Can you guys see
If
me?
you
Oh,
could
now I
get-
can see me.
If you could get more in, if you could get more in
I'm
the frame,
I'm
please,
the
Jax.
casting director that's
Yeah.
like, let's see
I mean,
what
your
you're
face
working
looks
with.
your face looks great here, Jax. But
That was what you got.
how you feel about that?
You've got the job.
Is that philo.tv/DTH?
I can see myself now, so we're good.
Brian Harold says in the chat, for the love of God, if they're canned, I'm a big green bean guy. And nothing has never been more big Brian Harold energy than that.
He loves canned green beans. I do know that about him.
I'm a big green bean guy. If they're in the can.
If they're in the can.
Dude, you
If
should
they're
not-
fresh?
you should not be allowed to give your opinion.
If they've been sitting in them juices in a can for years,
Ugh.
count me in.
Yeesh.
Okay, we do need to talk about the hidden camera stuff because
Yeah.
on one hand, it's like the footage that they have is just like incredible. Like for hidden camera,
is
it's
like
incredible.
they filmed it for a
It's
television
yes,
show.
it's
Yes.
almost like they pulled it from season 1 of the thing that we saw, and they tried to say it's hidden camera, even though
Yeah.
it's clearly not hidden camera. But 2, like it just doesn't make sense. We saw season 1 and we know the type of stuff that they were doing. And
Yes.
like some of the stuff that
They had
even
one camera.
it's even some of the stuff that Sabrina was like towards the end of the season, as she was beginning to feel bad about the show and all that stuff, she was beginning to be like, hey, we don't need to get that. Like this is like a private moment between this family. And now to find out that there was hidden cameras all over the place.
Multiple angles.
So
there's an angle with the kiss. There's an angle showing.
let's get the angle from the outside. Let's shoot
Like-
through the window just in case anybody walks by.
I just want to be clear. All season 1, there is a camera and a camera guy.
One guy.
One camera, one guy, one band, one sound. And then all of a sudden we find out in the dead of night, when no one is at the facility, they have at least 2 cameras rolling. What? No,
And just
absolutely
Dan,
not.
one of the cameras is facing into the kitchen. One of the cameras is
It's facing the
out
front door,
through
back
the
door,
window,
whatever.
so you can
Yeah.
see through the window. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know. It was what it was. Like but this, if you're gonna do this thing, I agree, Jax. If you're gonna do this thing where you are now sitting, the weight of knowing there's hidden cameras is on your shoulders for a few episode arc. Like you could have done something with that.
Yes.
Like not knowing. And also, let's be honest, that is like juicy stuff.
Yes.
And if you're gonna show it in this week on Kitchen Clash, you would also show it in the commercial leading up to it. It's either the thing that you like are teasing all episode, like you won't believe what we're going to show you with what our hidden cameras got, or it's something that they shove down your throat in every commercial leading up to it. That's also in the opening thing. It can't be a big.
So my question to both of you is that it's clear that this thing with Sergio is going to be a big part of this season.
Sure.
Did all of this, which clearly doesn't make any sense from a camera perspective or what the first season was, just not reek of we need to keep characters around and we need to kind of rehash instead of trying to do something new, like having all the ladies work together against someone else? Like, right? Isn't that not disappointing?
Yeah.
A will they won't they is never disappointing.
Well, I don't think there's a will they won't they. I don't think her and Sergio are going to be together. And I also
wait, for real?
I don't.
What?
Yeah, and I don't think, and I think he's going to sign the divorce papers. Yeah, I don't. That's not doesn't. Yeah.
Well, Frank Jr. is going to sign the divorce papers at some point, but then.
You think they're going to get back together?
No, I think he's going to sue her. I think he's going to ask for new terms. He's going to look and go, this is now a divorce based upon infidelity. So now I don't have to give you anything. Like that was immediately how I read that is, I don't know if he's smart enough to get there, but all of a sudden, if you cheated on me, now this alimony situation is very, very different than what it was before.
Yes.
And I also feel like they've painted Skylar Fisk as someone that needs to go on her own journey and be independent of a man. Why would she immediately go with Sergio?
Did you see their chemistry? That's why.
Whatever.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think this should be the arc of the season.
Lifted her up and put her on
opinion.
a counter. Are you kidding me right now?
You kidding me right now?
I will say this: if Frank, to your point about obviously this makes the divorce messier. Clearly, it's going to, right?
Yes.
If Frank Jr.'s, what is this guy? The guy who like owns the Mr. Chicken, who's like the guy who has like
who owns the franchise,
and he's like has the courses about how to be masculine and stuff. He would definitely like. I'm interested to see what they do with him because he would definitely be going in and being like, "We got him! Like this is our chance."
Yeah,
like, that's gonna be his whole thing, right? So we'll see where that goes. Dana, what do you got for your wait and what?
May on her wedding invitation gave people the option to mark maybe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't do that. You can do that if you're asking.
You can't be mad if they do it.
No,
you can't give the option and be mad.
You send out a Google invite for pickleball at the park. Maybe's a fine response. Yeah. If you send out an invitation for the wedding where you have to plan and pay per plate and per open bar, you can't give you give a yes or no. Those are the only two options. Maybe's out here giving maybes. You can just tell me maybe. Why would you do that in any circumstance for a wedding? Jax doesn't want to offend anyone, and I would be shocked if she could give a maybe on a wedding invitation, right?
I wouldn't even do a maybe on pickleball. I think you need to know your numbers.
You need evens and odds. You do. You're right. Did we talk about May's biological father in season 1? Was that mentioned?
I don't remember.
Or was it like a big plot point or is this something that they're trying to create this season?
It wasn't a big plot point.
We didn't mention
I know that it was. I think it was mentioned because I also think that like that was the one that got away. Like, Gus's love that got away.
Yeah, I also will say, and it's not really wait what, because I guess it does fit the character, but it's borderline criminal to not tell your adult child who their biological father is. Borderline, you should be arrested.
Well, especially because I thought that it was something more serious, and I know that we weren't going to go there with a plot line like this. But if someone, we don't need to get too into the weeds with it, but if someone has been assaulted or something like that, like I understand there are lots of complications there just because some guy hurt your feelings.
Yes, exactly.
Well, she's busy wrangling the MS like a wild stallion.
What you're doing is you're passing along that trauma by hurting your kids' feel. Like it's just so stupid. Since we've got the time, welcome to Dan's Southern Fried Chicken Corner, where I complain about anything that's wrong about fried chicken in the episode. First of all, the idea that Frank Jr. is now a part of one of the biggest fried chicken chains, so that means they do everything from a bag. Like, I don't know if you know this, Kentucky Fried Chicken Like their whole thing is 11 herbs and spices, and there's a recipe. Like Bojangles, the reason Bojangles is so popular is because they get up in the morning at 5 a.m. and they make the biscuits and they make the fried chicken. Yeah, if you go to a fried chicken chain restaurant in New York or in Michigan or somewhere like that, yeah, you might find this. There is no world where that restaurant will work in this town. It just won't work. Like
but I think that's what they're showing anyway, Dan, because no one's there.
The franchisee would never show, like
you would think so.
Frank Jr. would know enough to pivot to something that still tasted like fried chicken.
Yeah.
Like when Scotty Newman came to Bramble Fest, he's like, I want to go to Bojangles. I'm like, I will gladly take you. And he was like, this is the best fried chicken. And I'm like, yeah, like there's fried chicken at a gas station here that is hand breaded and fried every morning. And it's at a gas station. You can't possibly show up and show them doing everything in bags just so you want Frank Jr. to be the bad guy and allow us to believe it. That's not as bad as someone ordering just a fried chicken plate. Someone goes into the Chicken Sisters restaurant and goes, I'll take a fried chicken plate. Hell no. You will order the fried chicken is so wide a spectrum. You have to order a very specific type of plate. Do you want white meat? Do you want dark meat? Do you want a leg and thigh plate? Do you want just 3 wings and a biscuit, which is a normal order at a fried chicken place? There is a lot of different ways to order fried chicken. You never go in and go, just give me the plate. That doesn't happen. That is not something at a Southern fried chicken restaurant. The questions coming back your way would be so many, because you don't just order a fried chicken plate. People are very particular about this stuff. And this show typically does better than that in that regard. And then along with the hairnet issue, in that scene where she's not wearing a hairnet is a counter full of just fried chicken just sitting out. What? Why? You just not in like a bin or like you just have it on the counter out there, like just sitting there. Like you can't do that. That's not going to be very good. It's not going to stay warm. It's not going to be ready. Like you should be frying that when people order it. That's insane. Or like having it in some sort of tin that keeps it warm and crispy. So yeah, there we go. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark. It's where we wonder what could have been, maybe give us a clarity on any questions that we still have. That's what we're doing here. Jax, anything that you still have questions about? There may be some things that you're hoping that you're going to get answered. Perhaps we could call this chicken or fried.
I think that I do wonder what could have been if watching the show would have been the runner all throughout the season. And I think I was not paying close enough attention to this episode because I didn't quite realize that it wasn't. So I think I'm fried.
Yeah, I'm real fried about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go fried as well. And I will say one of the things that we didn't talk about much in the synopsis, because I'm still not sure how big of a storyline this is, but there is the Frankie, Sabrina's daughter, whose name is Lizzie or something like
Lizzie
that.
McGuire, yes.
And like they kind of had like a thing, and then she left, right? And then now we come to find out that Frankie has a boyfriend, and this was news to Lizzie when she comes back, and she's like, "What?" Like she doesn't say anything, but I have to imagine at some point that conversation will take place, and I'm interested to see how this show handles that conversation, because I do think that it is an interesting storyline and relationship for this show to tackle, but there is so many other things that, and these are like the teenagers, so it's like this is whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a really interesting storyline. I don't even know how important it is, so I'm interested to see where that storyline goes, and I'm fried about it because I think I'm going to be disappointed. Daniel?
Yeah, I'm fried about all the stuff that you guys mentioned. The one storyline that I am like optimistic about cautiously is how these women who are like stepping into newfound power, that is Frank Jr.'s mom and Skylar Fisk's character, those two characters who have like tried to distance themselves from him, how they process that and how they come to a new synthesis of normal. Because like, I hate Frank Jr. so much. And when I saw him come in the house with the laundry and the thing and the paper, I was like, somebody punch him in the face. And then I found out that he just used his key. And I was like, why didn't you change the locks? And I'm like, the reason she didn't change the locks is she was married to him for umpteen years and she hasn't fully detached yet. And the reason the mom is still, she's still a mom. She still cares. And so I am fascinated by this like decoupling or this like extrication of what my life used to be like and what it is now and what that means for this person that I used to love or still do love, depending on if you're ex-wife or mom. And I'm chicken about that. Okay. Is that correct?
That's right.
Fried about the rest of it.
All right.
Yeah.
It is time for Chicken of the Week. So Jackson, buckle up. Get ready for it. Dan, let everybody know who we have this week and also how they could maybe potentially recommend their chicken for Chicken of the Week.
Yeah. If you want to recommend your chicken for Chicken of the Week, you can email us, dan@deckthehallmark.com. We'll see. There's a long line. There's a long line ahead of you. We'll do our best. And I choose the best ones.
Yeah, you do.
Unless it's emailed, it's emailed directly to me at certain times, then I just have to go with it, which is what this one is. And, this chicken a week is Cleaver. And it says, so what if I'm named after the blunt instrument that chops chickens' heads off? I'm sick of people telling me that. I want us to live. Okay. That's the whole email. That's everything I have.
You said it, brother.
Do we have Cleaver on the line?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So the chicken is with us.
Yes.
Now, Cleaver, you were named after a giant.
Blunt object.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's a giant cutting.
This is
blunt. Yeah.
Can I?
I would love for you to, baby Jack Cleaver.
This is what I have to say about that, first of all.
Okay.
Whom's to say?
Whom's to say?
Whom's to say that the blunt object wasn't named after yours truly?
Well, I mean, Cleaver's been around longer than you have. How old are you, Cleaver?
How old do you think I am? Judging by my voice only.
6.
Dang. I didn't think you'd get it that quick.
So you think Cleaver's been around longer?
Yeah, it's definitely been around longer than that. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you look your fellow chickens in the eye?
I can't. I'm actually blind.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't planning on bringing that up.
So somebody named their blind chicken Cleaver?
I wasn't born blind.
Okay. All right.
So then,
what's your farmer's name?
Taryn.
Taryn?
Taryn Two-Step is what we call him.
Taryn Two-Step, of course. Yeah. Anything you want to say to Taryn?
I love you.
Okay.
Do you want to know how I got blind?
I don't, but I think I'm going to hear.
It's Taryn Two-Step.
Taryn Two-Step, yes.
Was it an accident?
It was. Thanks, Jax. It was an accident. Taryn Two-Stepped right over my head. And can you guys keep a secret?
I would love to, yeah.
Absolutely.
Taryn Two-Step doesn't know.
That you're blind.
Doesn't know.
Jax is really
You don't want to
invested.
hurt him.
Well, and I don't want him to hurt me. I'm worried that if he finds out, I'll be next to go.
You'll be next up on the chopping block.
On the chopping block with the cleaver.
Yes.
Cleaver's
going to get cleavered.
cleavered.
Cleaver's going to get cleavered.
So if you guys could keep that secret, that'd be great.
So you came on a program that's, thousands of people listen to.
Thousands?
Thousands, yeah.
I thought for
Sometimes
sure.
tens of thousands. Right?
I thought for sure
Cleaver?
maybe single digits.
I know, right? We all did.
Gosh,
Yeah.
darn it. All right, disregard it.
Disregard. Got it.
This is Jermaine. Jermaine out.
Jermaine out. Got it.
Please kill Jermaine.
So I got to be honest. I was a little worried about bringing back Chicken of the Week.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have.
But they gave us a lot.
They gave us a lot of money. They did.
Well,
yeah.
Gave us a lot of opportunities.
A lot of opportunities
to make money.
That's right.
We're back next week with episode 2 of season 2 of the Chicken Sisters. Come on back for that. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
The Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. What? For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.